Hello pre-calculus students, and welcome to our continuing series of videos here on how to work with combinatorics and essentially how to count. And we'll look at this example here that says, in a lottery, participants choose 5 numbers from 1 through 60, and they may not choose the same number twice. How many different possible tickets can be purchased? Well, at this point, you should be thinking through these various principles and asking yourself some questions like, is repetition allowed? Are you allowed to have different orders, or does having a different order make any difference? Well, in this case, it says that they may not choose the same number twice, so no repetition. So, for example, you can't buy a ticket that says 11111, and they choose numbers from 1 through 60. So it doesn't say what order, and in these particular instances, if it doesn't, if the problem doesn't say that order matters, or if you have to put some reasonable thought into it, and it seems like order wouldn't make a difference. So if you had a ticket that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a ticket that says 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, these would both win. So order does not matter. Well, then I think we can answer this question. This is 60, choose 5. And even though I know you can plug these numbers into a calculator, I'm still going to write out the formal definition, because we will be revisiting this definition in different contexts, and it's important to understand that this is not just a magic button, but that there are a rhyme and a reason to, well, maybe not a rhyme, but at least a reason to what we're doing here. So this is 60 factorial over 60 minus 5 factorial times 5 factorial. Okay. And so you can put this as your answer, but I'm always going to remind you what this is, and you're always, and then you can take this and plug it into a calculator and see if you get the correct answer. Okay. So let's take a look at a slightly different example. It says, winning the Powerball is the same as winning the lottery in example 6, but in addition to choosing 5 numbers correctly, a participant must also correctly choose another number from 1 through 35. How many different Powerball tickets can be purchased? Well, let's think about this a little bit. And it's almost like we have to buy 2 tickets. The first ticket has to be correct, so we have to get like 2 tickets here. This first ticket has to be a number from 1 through 60, or rather 5 numbers from 1 through 60. Okay? And we have to get this correct, and the order here doesn't matter, and we already know the different ways. The number of tickets is 60, choose 5. And then we have to get another ticket correct. And this is just one number from 1 through 35. Okay, so you have to get, it's like you have to buy 2 tickets, and they both have to win in order for you to win the Powerball. And so if you remember the tree diagram, and we're not going to draw all the branches out here, but it's a good approach to think about this, is that, well, let's look at the first ticket. There are, how many different tickets can you buy? Well, there's a lot of these branches, okay? So this is going to go on for quite a while, but there's going to be 60, choose 5 different tickets that you could buy for the first round. Okay? Now, in order to enumerate all possibilities, for each one of these 60, choose 5, you can also choose another 35. So let's say you picked whatever ticket this is. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 35 numbers. This goes on to 35. Okay, so there are 60, choose 5 of these first set of branches, and for each of those branch, there's another 35 branches that come from there. So altogether, it's 60, choose 5, times, and I'm going to write this out this way, 35 choose 1. Because that's what this is. There's 35 and I'm going to pick one of them. Okay? And so this is really just 60 choose 5 times 35. And so whatever that number, it's going to be some very big number, probably in the 19 to 30 million range, but you can plug this into a calculator to find out for sure. I really care if you get up to this point. Okay? And one way to approach this, as always, is that you have to think about what this means and what this, and you have to sketch this out so that it makes sense in your mind. Please resist the temptation to just say, well, it's this scenario, so you got to multiply them, or you got to add them, and if I multiply them, I might be right, or if I add them, I might be right, and maybe I'll get half a point. That's a very poor long-term strategy, because you'll see in just very soon we're going to have to take these ideas and combine them with some other ideas, and if you make one mistake along the way, it could cause your answer to be way off, and you wouldn't get any points. Okay, so just for your own sake, for all these examples, do the math, use your calculator, get the right number, and then think about it and make sure that it makes sense to you. Thank you for watching. As always, ask if you need help, and have a wonderful day.